between PRH and SSF? Thank you.
Question 5, Ms. Carmen Khan. President, I declare an interest. I'm a member of the Council of the Education University. Last month, the chief executive stated that the Northern Metropolis University Town would be developed into an integrated university town area covering 1,000 hectares or above. In this connection, will the government inform this council first, as the chief executive has reportedly pointed out the 5 major common elements of a successful university town, namely education, technology, talent, industries, and urban development, and it is proposed in the public consultation document on Hong Kong's first 5-year plan to position NMUT as a key engine for the Northern Metropolis development, how the government will integrate the 5 major elements into the relevant planning. Second, as other government officials and outside experts can be invited on a need basis to take part in the work of the working group on planning and construction of the university town led by the Chief Secretary for Administration, whether the government has adjusted the membership list of the working group having regard to the prevailing circumstances, such as including more secretaries of departments and directors of bureaus, as well as actively engaging experts in respect of 5 major elements so as to foster consensus and secure support among the stakeholders, including the education sector. And third, to achieve legal empowerment that keeps pace with the times under executive-led governance, how the government will incorporate appropriate strategic white space into the dedicated legislation for the Northern Metropolis with regard to the development of the university town area, thereby providing a certain degree of flexibility for the construction of the university town area. Secretary for Education. President, I'll reply to the various parts of the question raised on Ms. Carmen Khan as follows. First, the National 15th Review Plan expressed clear support for Hong Kong to further integrate into and serve the overall national development. The government is currently working at full speed to prepare Hong Kong's first 5-year plan, outlining Hong Kong's development vision, core objectives, priority areas, and major initiatives for the next 5 years so as to proactively align with national development strategy and seize the significant opportunities brought by the development of the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macau Greater Bay Area. These include expediting the development of the Northern Metropolis, developing an international innovation and technology hub, building an international hub for high-caliber talent, and consolidating Hong Kong's position as an international education hub. The NM will be developed with the objectives of university town areas, innovation and technology, industry, and environment suitable for living, working, and traveling, with the aim of becoming a breakthrough point for Hong Kong's development. Among others, the Northern Metropolis University Town area will adopt the concept of one town, 5 elements to plan for the development. This means each university town area will include the 5 elements of education, technology, talent, industry, and urban development, enabling core areas such as the campus area, technological area, industrial area, and neighborhoods to complement each other, with a view to gathering talent and creating high-quality university town areas ideal for education, research, innovation, and living. It will also adopt the strategic positioning that integrates talent cultivation, scientific research, transformation of outcomes, industrial development, and drives the synergistic development of industry, academia, and research, as well as the integrated development of education, technology, and talent. We will massively expand the original campus area of the 3 university town areas in Hong Shou-Kyu, Antaming, and the new territories north to 300 hectares, together with areas such as the adjacent key industrial site, unique conservation areas, sports, recreational and cultural facilities, as well as surrounding neighborhoods. The spatial planning can be expanded to encompass an integrated layout with science and technological, industrial, and urban spaces, forming a total area of over 1,000 hectares for the overall planning of the university town areas. This enhances quality and expands capacity, thereby maximizing the effect of gathering high-caliber talent. As the first university town area to be rolled out, Hong Shou-Kyu will be positioned as a cultivation center for applied higher education and internationalized talent on smart manufacturing, and integrate with nearby high-end professional services and training of talent for joint development. The district will feature commercial floor space for high-end professional services, the Hong Shou-Kyu Industry Park for promoting smart production, a modern logistics park for high-value-added logistics, versatile enterprise and technology site, as well as the digital technology hub and ecotourism nodes at Lavaoshan. It is also near the Microelectronics Center at the Yunnan Inno Park. Institutions can leverage the Hong Shou-Kyu University Town area to advance campus development, focusing on cutting-edge interdisciplinary studies and addressing the relevant academic and technological needs of key industries in GBA, thereby driving overall regional development. The NTM University Town area will provide a vital platform for the innovative development of advanced industries such as life sciences and health technology, artificial intelligence, robotics, and microelectronics. The Hedao Shenzhen Hong Kong Science and Technology Innovation Cooperation Zone and Shanghai Technopole will serve as key bases supporting the science and technology industry and talent element of the NTM University Town area. Institutions can leverage the R&D platforms, pilot-scale testing bases, and industrial resources within the cooperation zone and Shanghai Technopole, along with the integrated medical teaching and research hospital and the third medical school to be situated in Yaotame. This will enable close alignment between basic research and applied transformation. The New Territories North University Town area will integrate arts with technology research and development while supporting industrial development. It will bring together arts, cultural, and recreational facilities to support emerging industries and the modern reindustrialization of the traditional industries, promoting partnership between institutions and industries in the area and fast-track the commercialization of research outcomes. The government will encourage institutions to actively promote the integration of industry and education, thereby providing talent support for emerging industries. In addition to institutions, we will also reserve flexibility in the land use planning of the site to accommodate future needs. Second, the Chief Executive's 2025 policy address proposed fast-tracking the development of the NM and forming the working group on planning and construction of the university town led by the Chief Secretary for Administration. The working group will study the development model for the NMUT and conduct field trips on the successful models of university towns elsewhere in seeking a broad spectrum of views. It will also explore the possible way forward to deeply integrate industry development with the academic sectors where Hong Kong has an edge, alongside the strategies for attracting leading universities or research institutes in the Chinese mainland and overseas to establish a base in Hong Kong. Under the leadership of the Chief Secretary, the working group has closely aligned with the goals of the nation's 15th five-year plan and Hong Kong's first five-year plan. By boosting speed and efficiency, the working group has actively promoted cross-departmental collaboration to advance the planning and construction of the NMUT area effectively throughout the process, whilst considering development factors such as the development positioning and financial model of the NMUT area. The WG has upheld a spirit of recognizing, adapting to, and seeking change, and is committed to fully performing its role in overall coordination. The working group comprises relevant government departments and will consult experts and scholars in relevant fields as necessary to look into the development model of the NMUT area, such as maintaining close contact with post-secondary institutions and extensively sought and gathered valuable insights from different sectors, including community leaders and professionals from various fields on the development of the NMUT area through various platforms. These consultation sessions for Hong Kong, including consultation sessions for Hong Kong's five-year plan, which include different sectors, as well as exchange meetings with the panel of advisors to the Committee on Education, Technology and Talent. The working group will maintain a pragmatic approach to fully advance the development of the NMUT area. Third, at the strategic development level, the overall planning of the NM, including the university town area, must remain flexible to respond to changes brought about by the rapid social and technological advancement. When formulating the outline zoning plans, we will continue to reserve maximum flexibility for the site of the university town areas, permitting various uses related to post-secondary education or uses supporting such development. As for the Northern Metropolis Development Bill, which will receive its first reading later today, several measures are also included which can fast-track the construction for university town areas at greater efficiency. For instance, if there's a need in the future to expand the capacity of the university town areas and rezone nearby lands, the streamlined town planning procedures can be applied to shorten the required time from at least 9 months to 2 months. The development of the university town areas can also benefit from other legislative proposals, including streamlining the application procedures and requirements for construction noise permits to expedite construction, as well as facilitating the introduction of innovative building designs and technologies. Ms. Carmen. I welcome the main reply. The reply says that the unit town will become a breakthrough area for Hong Kong. The area will also adopt the philosophy of 5 elements in one town, meaning each university town area will cover education, technology, talent, industry, and urban development. My question is, how will the government and the various bureaus divide up the tasks, and how will they set their goals? 13 members wish to put supplementary questions, so brevity in questions and answers will be appreciated. President, as I said, there are 5 elements in each university town area. the government's leadership and steer will be crucial. That's why the Chief Secretary for Administration has set up this working group on planning and construction of the university town. Different departments are represented on the working group. So during the planning, there is already coordination across departments. As for other areas of expertise, on a need basis, we meet with people from those sectors and we hear from them. Professor Michael Ngai. Thank you, President. Sorry, Ms. Carmen Kan, which question of yours remained unanswered? I also had a question about goals. You could only put one supplementary question. Anything to add from the Secretary? Over to the Development Bureau, Under Secretary for Development. The Northern Metropolis covers the portfolio of multiple bureaus. In each university town area, there are 5 elements. There's industry, education, urban development. For each area, there's a bureau in charge. On cross-bureau coordination, under the chief executive, there's a steering committee coordinating across different working groups. For the day-to-day coordination, there's also the Northern Metropolis Coordination Office. For the university towns, the government will work as one and coordinate the effort. Professor Michael Ngai. On the land and the tendering for the area, the government said it would award the contracts by merit alone, and it will also look at key areas such as life and health technology and artificial intelligence. So when the government vets the tender document, how would the government assign the different weighting to different factors, such as the reputation of institutions, how the disciplines and programs match the needs and the research capability of the tertiary institutions, as well as their partner businesses and the potential for R&D transformation? Secretary. On the Northern Metropolis University town and how the land there will be distributed. We will look at the expertise and the development directions of institutions. So we will look at things such as research, academic, industry collaboration, and interdisciplinary integration. We'll also look at the vision and the capability as well as the contribution of the institutions. Can these universities achieve the best integration, and whether the universities can enhance the functions of the NM, and whether those universities can complement other organizations. So this will not be first come, first served, and it will not be an egalitarian approach to the distribution of land. We will turn the NM into a globally competitive university town area. Each university is unique. So we will not go by a fixed share for each university. So the work will be undertaken by the working group. Mr. Yu Ming, there will be 1,000 hectares in the Northern Metropolis University town. It's a huge area. So organic integration with the community will be crucial. In planning for the NMUT, will we require the universities to open their space for community access? So for sports centers, community and halls and libraries and green open space, can we open up such areas so that there's closer contact between the universities and the community? Which public official will take the question, please? For all university campuses, there's teaching. On top of that, there's also shared space with the community. So in the 5 elements in each university town area, there will be shared features. Those 5 elements will have to be part of the university's own plans. Let's see if the development bureau has anything to add. Undersecretary, there will be over 1,000 hectares in the NMUT. There will be urban space, and there will be housing, and also industrial sites, and also conservation areas. And this philosophy will bring together the universities and the neighborhoods, or rather the communities. Ms. Maggie Chan. The Secretary's reply mentions Hongshouqiu as the first university town area to be rolled out. In Hongshouqiu, there will be integration between the high-end professional services and the training of talent. For the training of talent, will there be goals or key areas for the training? Will we strive for the integration of research and talent and industries in particular areas? Secretary. The focus will be on smart manufacturing. So this will be a cultivation center for applied higher education and internationalized talent on smart manufacturing. We strive for the integrated development of education, technology, and talent. Higher education proceeds in close contact with manpower needs. For Hongshouqiu, we want to take a targeted approach, so the development will have to meet the needs of the focus there, and that area will also have to provide the talent that Hong Kong needs. Mr. Ray Wong. The NMUT will be a vast area. It will be where our future development happens. Now, for high-end labs, you will see precision machinery. But there are silos between the labs of different universities, and this means there are idle facilities, and this is holding back industrial transformation. We should learn from the experience of other places, such as the Guangming Science Park in Shenzhen. They focus on medicine, new materials. They also open up their facilities in synthetic biology and also modeling. So I'm wondering, will we have a shared mechanism for computing facilities and R&D facilities so that we can achieve integration of research and industry, as well as the shared access to such resources? Secretary. Universities are constrained by space. So there are space constraints on shared access to labs. The Northern Metropolis will offer vast space. Mr. Wong made some suggestions. When the working group was doing its research, it learned about the shared access to labs in other regions and countries. And we have shared such experience with our local universities. Hopefully they can incorporate such elements in their plans for the future facilities. Mr. Lam Tangfei. So for the NMUT will be 1,000 hectares with 5 elements. It's crucial to Hong Kong's future. I agree. The mainstream view focuses on how to plan for the area and setting up a dedicated authority to run the entire NM. My focus is that for the 1,000 hectares and 5 elements, it's a university town. Huge expenses will be incurred for the government, for universities and developers. Who will bear the costs? Who will take the question, please? Secretary for Education. On whether there will be a dedicated authority to run the area. The land of over 1,000 hectares are found in different university town areas. The working group will consider the needs and collaboration of different universities. For now, we do not see the need to set up this dedicated department to manage the entire area. I just mentioned the NMCO. The NMCO coordinates the planning. Now, for this vast development project, what about the finances? Now, for the NM, the development will take place on a self-financing basis for the UGC-funded universities. They adopt this self-financing approach. We understand the huge expenses needed. That's why we have earmarked a sum for loans. We also encourage universities to make the most of market resources. They can partner with private sector players. They can also mobilize community resources. They can also adopt market strategies to channel social capital into the NM projects. So we will adopt this approach where we get different parties to take part. Mr. Andrew Fan. There are different positioning for different land parcels in the NM. The government said different local and overseas universities take an interest in the NMUT. For the finances, it will happen on a self-financing basis. Would there be support measures from the government for universities to team up with industries before going to the NM so that we can achieve collaboration between universities and the industry? Secretary. It's a similar question to what was asked before. For the NM, the finances, the projects will be financed on a self-financing basis. Partnerships between universities and industries can speed things up. There can be partnerships that start before they go to the NM. Mr. Tommy Chung. The government stressed the need for flexibility in the NMUT. For the Hongshouqiu area, for this area for applied education, will there be a dynamic system to respond to the rapid changes in new technologies and new jobs in manufacturing? Under Secretary for Development. The question is about whether there is flexibility in land planning to meet rapidly changing situation. The land planning allows for a broad range of land uses. Once the dedicated legislation for the NM is enacted, the land town planning process will take only 2 months rather than 9 months.
Last question.